Hey guys, what's up? There is an extremely impressive Apple product that just got announced. So keep your eyes peeled. This is the Vision Pro. Let's get started. Apple Vision Pro is a virtual/augmented reality computer on your head. Although this is a VR headset, Apple never mentioned virtual reality even once at the event. They always give it a new name. The Vision Pro lets you seamlessly integrate the digital world into your real world, sort of like a headset we saw in a famous futuristic movie, Ready Player One. I'll get to how it works in a bit. We'll talk about the design first. This new Apple virtual reality headset is top-notch quality. It's an all-aluminum and glass build with a cushiony, breathable headband. The headset has a soft but firm padding around the part that attaches to your head and can conform into the shape of your face. To make sure it's a perfect fit, they will most likely have size variations that you could select based on what fits you the best. I'm sure comfort is one of Apple's highest priority because these guys want you spending more and more time using their devices. I've got to say, this thing is incredibly well thought out and will definitely change the future of how VR headsets are used. You will understand more as you watch the video. First impressions, this looks incredibly sick. Now let's take a look at how this bleeding edge technology works. Around the headset, there is a power button up top and a digital crown that's similar to the ones on the Apple Watch. That lets you control how immersed you want to be into the device, like have things show up in your own environment around you or enter a completely different environment. It's all on you. There is a pair of speakers, one on each side, with the power cable connector on the left-hand side. Vision Pro has 12 cameras on board, a 5-sensor array that can let you analyze your head movements and your hand gestures. One of them being a LiDAR sensor that creates a 3D depth map of your surroundings in real time to bring up its software interface into the real environment. And you can interact with it like real objects in your home, sort of like a hologram you might have seen in a lot of sci-fi movies. Displays floating in air, using your hands to just click and drag things around. It's cool, right? Speaking of displays, there are 2 displays inside the headset, one for each eye. It's a 4K micro OLED display with 23 million pixels in total. That's more than an 8K display. All these pixels are so tiny that they are 64 times smaller than the ones on your iPhone. Like, you can hardly see pixels on your iPhone. This is crazy. No doubt, these things are gonna deliver an insane amount of resolution we have never seen in any other VR headset ever before. Like, seriously. For those who have eyeglasses, we've got you covered. There will be custom optical inserts that would magnetically be attached onto the lenses inside. Of course, you have to purchase them separately. They would be made by the guys over at Zeiss, one of the top camera lens manufacturers. The most fascinating thing of all, there are no controllers or anything. So how do you control the Vision Pro? What if I tell you this has an advanced eye tracking capability that precision tracks teeny tiny eye movements? Inside the lenses, the eye tracking system uses tiny LED lights that projects bursts of infrared light onto your eyes. As a result, it will be able to precisely track where you're looking. This is sort of like the True Depth camera on the Face ID sensor on your iPhone that fires a bunch of tiny infrared dots which create an accurate depth image of your face. For example, you want to get around the software or select something, you could just look at it, and if you keep looking, it's gonna open it up, anything you want. Or you could just use your hands. You don't need to move them or anything. You could just tap your 2 fingers together to select. You could slightly move it down to scroll down any window. All this happens so naturally and seamlessly, you shouldn't even notice. At least that's what they say, but literally, the fact that you can control everything just by looking at it, that sounds like magic. And since everything is controlled by your eyes are the passcode now. They call it Optic ID. The Vision Pro is powered by the M2 processor that's also in the MacBook and iPad Pros. Not bad, M2 is pretty powerful, considering we have seen these chips in action with a variety of tests, and the results have been impressive. Also, they added a new R1 chipset alongside that's specifically made to handle all the information coming from the sensors and the giant camera array. The Vision Pro runs on somewhat new operating system called Vision OS. It's curated from all other Apple softwares we're all familiar with combined together. Since it's gonna be a part of the Apple ecosystem, the devices will be interconnected and synced pretty well together. For example, getting your Mac screen and scaling it up to as large as you want it to be, and tons of other features that could be incredibly useful if you're into the Apple ecosystem. When wearing the device, the front part of the headset shows a view of your eyes. At first, I thought it's transparent, and then I figured out that it's another display facing outward that uses the cameras on the headset and give you a picture of your eyes at the front. This also changes into an animation when you're using the headset, so people are gonna know you're up to something. As soon as you turn on the Vision Pro, the app gallery pops up with all the apps we're familiar with. The aesthetics of the interface are pretty well designed. They have like a three-dimensional view, everything just looks more alive, the apps have a presence. You could see them casting a shadow, and if you're watching a movie, you'll see the glow around you. In order to power this device, since it doesn't have an inbuilt battery, there is a power cable that latches on magnetically, similar to a MagSafe connector. There are two ways to power this thing up. One of them is just to plug in directly to the power source. In that case, it won't be versatile, so you couldn't just carry it anywhere and use it. Yeah, it does come with a battery, but it doesn't attach onto the headset directly. You'll have to carry it separately and use the power cable to plug it into the connector. Easy, right? Well, no.
The battery only lasts 2 hours.
So maybe they don't want you using this device for countless hours? There are speaker pods on each side of the headset bracket. They say it should deliver a personalized spatial audio experience. That's the Apple way of saying surround sound. Apparently, it should make you feel the sound is coming from the surroundings by using this feature called audio ray tracing. We still don't know how these headsets sound like. Looking at the track record of speakers on other Apple devices, they have been great. Doing FaceTime on this device is going to be different. Whenever we do FaceTime or any video call, we hold our phones in front of our faces, right? With the Apple Vision Pro, using all its cameras, it can create a 3D model of you while video calling, with all your expressions and facial movements in real time. Sounds super fascinating. You know what doesn't sound super fascinating? These are the things that concern me the most. First off, having the display right up against your face for a long period of time could cause eye strain. It's so funny. At the same announcement, Apple wants to bring features that encourage you to keep your devices as far away from your eyes as possible, and announce a device that you put right in front of your eyes. That's weird. Secondly, the whole FaceTime thing. Think about it. What's the whole point of doing a video call? It's just to see the person you're talking to in real life, the way he or she looks like, right? Now imagine talking to someone's avatar, even though it looks perfectly realistic. Does that sound visually pleasing? It's like, yeah, I'm talking to this person. It looks like him, but it's not him. That's kinda creepy. And thirdly, the start of breaking up more shared experiences all of us should be having. For example, they say this could replace going to cinemas. But the key thing they forgot is the whole point of going to a movie theater and watching a movie is to have a good time with your family or friends together. Technically, you could get 3 or 4 of these for each set of family member and watch a movie together, but it's less likely that everyone would watch the same thing. So the core human connection that we built of gathering around together is slowly fading away. That's something I'm not advocating for. The Vision Pro costs a whopping $3,500, so it's not mass consumer level. But of course, there are people who always want to get the best of the best, highest end technology out there. But I know this won't sell like the way Macs and iPhones do. There is a reason why we can't actually say anything about the prices being too high. Because what do we compare it to? There's literally not any other VR headset offering this level of functionality right now. Even if there is, let's imagine a new company comes up, creates a VR headset with the highest end technologies, top-notch quality, never ever seen before. Say it's even better than Apple's. Would it still be as popular? No. You would say brand value, right? Yeah, that's true, but not only that. It might not have the seamless integration between the whole Apple ecosystem, like convert your Mac screen into an incredible size, or might not have support of millions of apps like Apple devices do. All I'm trying to say is there are a lot of aspects that show that only Apple could have pulled off such a device right now. I can't really say if the Vision Pro is worth buying, because when this product comes out, we'll have to see it in action to determine how well it performs. So there will always be technologies in the world that would always set new standards, right? Apple could have easily perfected this more, put more time into R&D, could have made it even more better, and announced it like 3-4 years ahead. But they chose to do it right now. This is to kickstart a new era of virtual reality, and stand out of course, but this will begin to push more developers into building more realistic virtual reality experiences. Right now, the Vision Pro might sound like a gimmick, but I would be optimistic. There is definitely a future to this kind of new innovation, so I wouldn't consider this entirely a gimmick. Let's see where this goes in the next 5 years or so. Anyway, that's pretty much it for this video. Tell me your thoughts about Apple Vision Pro in the comments below. I will definitely be reaching out. Talk to you guys in the next one.